So the question is, as you can see, Hagberg, Jeffries, Levenon, Stadler. Oops, it went dark. Quite an ethereal look. Oh, there's colourful cars, apart from car 1, which is painting his car white. Rattle can white for our current leader, and off he goes. Let's pick up the white car, James, at the front. So Hagberg, first lap out 12.8 and immediately leaps into a lead over Mobers of 0.3 of a second. But it's Ollie Jeffries who has the fastest first lap at 12.6. Hagberg now up to speed with the X-Ray, with skiddy across the top of the ground, 12.2, which is probably the fastest lap we've seen so far at any point. So despite looking a bit skiddy, it's also looking very, very quick indeed. So Hagberg backs up with a 12.7 and effectively is schooling the rest of them again. Jeffries is only a tenth behind, in fairness, so it's school's not out as such. 12.4 for Hagberg that round. Jeffries does a 12.13. I should be cutting this, shouldn't I? So let's now switch our focus back one car to Marcus Mobers in the yellow and orange car. He goes through the infield now, Mobers, and comes down the main straight. Shoots down, that's Mobers in the yellow and orange car. Going through that time round, Hagberg 12.4, Jeffries 12.6, the gap 0.9 of a second. Mobers, who are with at the moment, is running overall in fourth behind Honegger, who's found a bit of pace. Okay, let's drop back now to Jeffries, who is coming into the EFRA E right now and avoiding a selection of accidents. And that's Jeffries down the main straight in the yellow car, the yellow tail. So Jeffries putting a good performance here. He's down 1.6 seconds on Hagberg, but everyone's down Hagberg at the moment. Hagberg absolutely setting a scorching pace, which as they go round the X-ray carousel, this time it's up. And Mobers will wait for Jeffries to come through this next lap before we get the actual time. And Jeffries has dropped down to third because Mobers has started going really, really quick. So Mobers has found a bit of speed, which has meant that because they are all much of a muchness, suddenly Jeffries is finding himself dropping back slightly. And Levenon now has the fastest lap for 12.177. So let's see if I knew how Levenon. You hear him about to go down the main straight now in the white and blue machine and going through the Montec and into the effort. That's a fantastic pickup. Thank you, Paul. Paul? Sorry. Thank you, James. Good grief. I've gone back a weekend. So Levenon now, who didn't start well but has found some absolute pace in this associated car in this heat, currently running third overall. Oh, I got away with that one, didn't he? Just tipped it, didn't quite go through. So Honegger in fifth, but that's Levenon now. The gap to Mobers currently, just waiting for him to finish the lap, Mobers is 2 seconds off Hagberg. Levenon is 3 off, and Jeffries is in the middle of all of them. So it's these four. Again, this man here, Levenon, Jeffries, and Mobers are very, 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 very close. But Hagberg is, when you define a slightly different league, he's in a slightly different league. He's in, he's in La Liga and they're in the Premier League, or vice versa. Certainly, he's looking very, very good indeed. with 3.5 minutes to go. That's Lebanon. So let's go and see if we can find Hagberg again in the white machine. I think he's just going over start finish now. And this is the Hagberg car. And this is what's called poetry in motion. The only disappointing thing about this entire performance by Hagberg is he's doing this on an all-white car. Matt, you need to go forward one car. There's 2 whites in a row. It's the leading white car. Or is it? Or am I wrong? No, you're right, Matt. You're absolutely right. It's the second white car. I do apologise. You're right, Matt, and I'm wrong. I should now, that's interesting. How much is that going to affect his overall lap time? Because they're very, very close, and he's just made his first mistake. And a second mistake there, so he's a bit rattled there, 13.9. This does mean that Jeffries is going to get very, very close, but he did have about 3 seconds in hand, so he's lost 2 of those 3 seconds. That's right, he's now 1.3 ahead. So Hagberg is human, he can make a mistake. Just got a little bit of oversteer on that corner there. Oh, and he's done it again. He's done it again. And he stopped. Well, that is dramatic. Why did Hagberg stop? Must have felt there was a problem with the car. So it looks like it'll be around. Let's find Jeffries very quickly. He's just going into the EFRA E now, in the white into yellow, and underneath us right now. Because Jeffries now has 2 minutes to go. Doesn't have a massive lead over Mobers, but does. Wow, that is really strange. He knew something was wrong and stopped almost immediately. Now Jeffries' lead over Mobers is it's a long, long way over everyone. Everyone's dropped back to 8 seconds behind Jeffries. I think they've been off camera. People remember saying Jeffries is sitting on an 8 seconds lead. So Ollie just needs to keep this on the old island for 1:22, and a round victory is his. Wow. Well, this one's turning me far more exciting than I thought it would be. Round 3 of qualifying. Jeffries beginning to get a bit closer. I think it was Honegal who fell off in front of him. 11 in the second. Stadler now picks up third. Sort of also in Mobers. So Jeffries inheriting the victory. So he wasn't far off in fairness before that, but the margin of victory is going to be quite surprising. It's just coming down a little bit. 7.5 it looks like, with 16 seconds to go. So all Jeffries has to do is complete this. He might, he'll finish on this lap. This lap will finish him. This is Jeffries' last lap. And he gets round with a 38.801. And I should think that's a very happy young man indeed. You can see him there on camera. Next to him to the left is your Michael Teat. To the right is Mark Stars. Not a very happy man, but the victory is that of Jeffries. So, wow, that is a surprise. Hagberg, after 27 laps, made a second mistake, and just pulled off the track. Altman is 8th. So it's Jeffries who wins. Levin is 2nd. Stadler is 3rd. Mober's not particularly chuffed, I wouldn't think, with 4th. Lost that on the last lap to Stadler with the 14-second lap. Your Michael Teat gets a 5th, which he needed because he's had a few bad ones. Honegal nowhere. Well, that was a lot more interesting, would he? Tim Vessel says you can't